All right, so next we're going to talk about getting your data house in order. And data is really critical to the practice of energy management. I like to think of energy management as a journey. It's an ongoing, continuous improvement process. That's a good thing. But as part of that journey, data is really fundamental to making it work. And so I came up with this visualization to try to describe a little bit about why data is so important to energy management. First, if we look on the left side there of the chart, we can see it's kind of representing data in the state that we often find in new engagements and that I have throughout my career, which is it's spread across a lot of disparate systems. It's in Access, it's in Excel, it's in PDF files, paper files, AP systems, utility vendor accounts, all over the place. And so it oftentimes is very disorganized when we first start to look at opportunities for energy management. And that pushes us into this kind of reactive management mode, which is why I labeled the left side of the chart reactive management. But as we start to get that data centralized and into a system where we can make sense of it, it gives us kind of the first step along that journey, which I call hindsight, which is we can start to look backwards, we can start to make sense out of some of our data, we can start to identify a few patterns, and that's going to help us develop some actions. But the next step along it is what we call insight. Now you can see the data is more structured, it's more clean. And I think the big difference here is this is when we really start analyzing the data. And if you've done data analysis, you know that analysis of data is going to lead you to find problems with the data, and then you fix those problems and you can go and you can do better analysis because of it. And it's an ongoing, it's kind of a reinforcing cycle. And so the insight phase is where you're not just having your data centralized, but you're really working with it, you're analyzing it, you're getting more value from it. And because of that, it's constantly becoming cleaner because you're fixing data problems as you find them. Some of those problems are just missing data, gaps, things like that need to be filled in or addressed or taken into account. Sometimes those are problems that go and require action and what's going on with your buildings. So the insight cycle has a lot of great potential value to it. And then the last piece on the right there is what we call foresight. And this is where we start to model the data and we can start to make predictions and understand really how the data relates to each other in new ways.